So how can we use the present moment to let go of the past? What are the kind of situations in our life which enable us to do this? Now, many times I see people, avoiding friends, avoiding ex-partners, avoiding the places where they used to live because they can't bear to stand the feelings that are triggered within them. And often what will happen is that they will say to friends and family, I can't stand, my ex, I can't stand this situation. And it's really not the person that they can't stand or perhaps a situation, but it's the feelings about that person, about that situation. This is a really important point to understand, because if you are the kind of person that avoids people or avoids situations or avoids certain places, then you're never ever dealing with the feeling inside of you. It's still unresolved. And only when you resolve a feeling inside you will you be able to face these people, face these situations, and face these circumstances. Now, I understand there's certain, some of us experience very traumatic childhoods, very traumatic situations in our life. Perhaps the majority of us did, especially if you're listening to this kind of video. And it may not be advisable to go straight in there and face the person or the situation or even the place. However, if we're in the present moment and we're driving past a certain place and we get a feeling which is unpleasant, which is perhaps sad, which is perhaps anger, then it's good to just actually pull the car over or just sit and stay with the feelings that come up in that moment, because this is the truth. This is the truth of our situation. We are in a place, we're not feeling present. Why not stay with that emotional energy and just feel it and see what happens after that? See what happens beyond those feelings. Because what we often do, we're avoiding the situations, we're avoiding these people, and we keep avoiding them, and we spend our lives running away from these situations and people, and when in fact we are actually really running away from our own feelings that are triggered by this situation, this person, this circumstance. So what I used to do personally myself, when I first got divorced, I moved not too far away from the house that I had. We sold the house, and every time I would drive past this house, there'd be this feeling of sadness. And what I used to do is just pull the car over, sit in my car, and just feel the feeling, feel the sadness. Now you may be thinking, okay, that's not good. You're looking in the past. You should move on. But what I'm saying is, if the feeling is still present within you, it's still there, then that is a feeling that is unresolved and you should resolve it. Now you can resolve it one or two ways. You can change your thinking about the situation, you can change your thought patterns about your situation, or you can stay with the feeling, just feel it until the feeling dies. Or perhaps you can do both. Change your thinking, stay with the feeling, and as you stay with the feeling will eventually die. Now I would stay in the car beside my old house, and all of a sudden all these tears would come flooding out, and I'd be thinking, what if the neighbours see me? And then there'd be this feeling of embarrassment that would come up. I'd have to stay with that feeling. But the point is each time I stayed with a feeling, I released a little bit of emotion. I let go. And the more I stayed with the feeling, the more I let go, the next time I drove past my house, it wasn't so strong. Now, it's 4 years later since I got divorced. I still drive past the house and there's still a little bit of sadness. And the other day I sat down and all of a sudden it came flooding out, and this was unexpected because I thought the majority of the feelings, the emotions I had worked through. However, it was a gift for me to see, to acknowledge that I was still feeling sadness over my divorce, over the fact that I lost that family unit. But now, you know, now it's much less stronger. And, you know, and I'll go on into this in later videos. Now my relationship with my ex-wife is so much better. And I personally think it's to do with how much I've let go within me. The grief, the sadness, perhaps the anger, perhaps the shame, the guilt. It was all there. So, just to reiterate, if you're, you know, driving past a situation, an old place where you used to feel, where you had this, you know, you used to live, and it feels sad, it's sad, you feel sadness, you feel anger, perhaps shame, guilt, whatever emotion you get when you drive past your home or this particular place, pull over the car, or if you're walking, just sit and just stay with the feeling and allow that feeling to wash over you, and be honest with how you feel. If you're with a friend, if you're with someone, it's probably not best to do it then, because they probably won't understand what you're doing and they'll probably think you're crazy. But you're being honest with yourself when you do this. You're being honest with, you know, what you're really feeling. And with that honesty can come release, can come the letting go, can come the full emotional expression and the letting go. And when you can stay with that energy will eventually dissolve. You may have to walk through the storm, but it's okay. But if you can do that, you can find the strength to do it, you will find the next time you walk past that place, then it won't have such an emotional charge. And you'll find it easier to walk past that place. So, if you found that useful, please let me know. If you didn't, then I'd like to know why. So please comment below and just let me know.